Okay, story time on how I got arrested at school. Pretty much, I stole my school's police officer's cop car. Yeah. Just kidding. I actually did not expect that video to, like, get any likes, but I'm in a law enforcement class at school, which is taught by our school's police officer, and he just pretty much let us go look at his car, and I took his handcuffs and had my friend handcuff me, and I got to sit in the car. I got to sit in the front, in the back.
There's this girl who very clearly wants my boyfriend, and it is driving me insane. She's always being touchy-feely with him, and then when I approach them, she'll give me the side eye, and she'll act like I'm bugging them and interrupting something. The other day, we were all sitting together, and she very purposefully tried to wedge her way between my boyfriend and I and sit between us. And I was literally like, girl, come on, he's my boyfriend, not yours, and she does not care. She's not even trying to be discreet about it, and it's so disrespectful, and it's really getting on my nerves. And the worst part is my boyfriend lets her do all this and finds the situation so amusing. In fact, he low-key encourages her behavior. So I've decided that since she likes being messy, I'm gonna expose her. Because she needs to know that if you're gonna try to steal my man, you're going to get blasted on the internet. So this is her. What do you have to say for yourself? Absolutely nothing, because she knows she's guilty. So just beware, guys. If you see her out, know she's probably going to try to steal your boyfriend.
When I was 13, 14, 15, I had friends my age, but I also had a lot of friends that were way older than me. 18, 19, 20, all the way up to 25. And at the time, I thought that was cool. I thought it was great that I had friends that could buy me cigarettes, could buy me alcohol. I thought it was cool that I had friends that could sneak me into clubs. I thought it was cool having older friends because it made me feel protected. The thing is, the only people I needed protecting from was them. Either them because they dragged us little ones into such bullshit, or because they were predators themselves. When I was 20, there was no way I was hanging out with 13-year-olds. Why were you even 18? Why are you... Even 17, what? Even 16. What? What? Like daily. And it scares me because my daughter, she's now 13. She's nearly 14. And I'm always sort of asking when she tells me, and listen, I know she could lie, but when she talks about friends, I do always ask how old they are. Because I know there are people out there, there are 20-year-olds out there hanging out with 13-year-olds. It's fucking gross.
She turns to me and she says, I need to tell you something, and what I'm about to tell you is going to determine whether or not you ever want to see me again. So this is for anyone who still thinks dating women is easier. Story time. Story time about how I've gone on one date in the last year, and this was that date. I feel like I need to put my hair up for this. The reason I've put off telling this story until now is because this girl that I went out with, like, was a very nice, sweet person. She, like, didn't do anything bad, so I don't want to hurt her feelings on the off chance that she sees this, but just, like, it's too much. It's too much. So I had been connected with, we will call her Rebecca. I had been connected with Rebecca on social media. We don't live in the same place, and so it was always kind of like, if we're ever in the same city, if I'm in yours or if you're in mine, like, let's go on a date. So that day came where I was in her city and we arranged a date. Since it was in her city, she recommended a place. We wanted to go somewhere in like the gay village, so she recommended this dive bar. Great, fantastic. I get there first, I order a drink, I get a table, and she gets there, and when she comes in, she's like, I'm just gonna get a water because I'm not drinking right now. I was like, oh, okay, well that's interesting, just because, like, no issue with sobriety or anything, but like just the fact that she suggested a dive bar, like we could have gone somewhere a little different. Whatever, it's fine. We proceed to have the date. Conversation was not flowing. It just was not flowing. Like, again, very, very nice, sweet person. Nothing like wrong or bad. Just not a match, just not flowing. It was kind of just like every topic that came up, we didn't have anything to like connect on about it. So then it was like where you're trying, where you're like, what else can we talk about? So I had a long travel day as it was, and I was like, this is not going to be a love connection, and that's fine. I told her I was going to call it a night, that I was tired, you know. And I said, but let me walk you to your car. So we're walking to her car, and this is where there was like a cinematic silence. Like I could tell that like her mood kind of went dark, like, and I thought maybe she was just bummed out that I didn't want to keep the night going. And then after a long pause, she turns to me and she says, I need to tell you something, and what I'm about to tell you is going to determine whether or not you ever want to see me again. So basically everything that's probably running through your mind right now was running through my mind, and I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. And she goes, let's sit down. Let's sit down for this. We're on the sidewalk. We are on a city sidewalk. We find a ledge around like the planter things that like the trees are in. Like we sit down. My mind is just all over the place. Like what is about to be dropped on me right now? And she turns to me and says, so I'm pregnant and I'm 5 months pregnant, and it's with the man that she and her ex-girlfriend were in a throuple with. So this is getting long, so I'm gonna make a part 2. Okay, part 2 of my crazy date story with the pregnant woman that I didn't know was pregnant when we went on the date. So she tells me she's pregnant, 5 months pregnant, with the child of the man she and her ex-girlfriend were in a throuple with. I can't believe I'm like saying these words. Mind you, this is my first date since getting out of my serious relationship with someone that like I wanted to like marry, okay? Like I'm back in the world. I'm back in the dating world. I'm fucking sad. I'm upset. I don't want to be here doing this. Like I didn't want to be dating again, you know? Like I was good. But anyway, I'm back out in the dating world, giving it a chance and trying. And this is what I'm met with on my first date. So we talked about it. She was like, I don't know if this is something that you'd be interested in, like child rearing, I guess. I don't know, just being involved in that scenario. And I just, at this point, I already knew it was not going to be a love connection. So at this point, I'm just like talking to her human to human, and like turned off date mode, just turned on like, you know, human to human. I was like, look, like, I think that this is great for you. Like you're doing what you want to do. Like motherhood is something that you want and have wanted, and like you never know if you'll get another shot at that. So like I fully supported her doing what she wanted to do with her life. But I was like no longer, like I was not thinking about myself in the situation. So yeah, then we just kind of like parted ways and left it at like, you know, let me know if you want to hang out again, and that was that. I just feel like that is something that should be, like, if you're dating, if you're dating while pregnant and single, I think that, like, you should tell the people you're going on dates with. Yeah, like, you maybe give the person a heads up, maybe some transparency. Maybe not everyone needs that across the board, but I felt like I would have liked to know that. Couldn't you have just told me this, like, to save both of our time and energy, especially her. She was a pregnant woman. Like, do you know how exhausting everything is when you're pregnant? Like, she, you know, schlepped her way to meet up with me and like go out, and that's a lot of energy for her. The other part of this is like, everybody's got stuff. Like, my situation is certainly not ideal. I live with my parents right now, and I'm in my 30s, and like, that's not everyone's cup of tea. That's not my cup of tea for myself, which is probably why I'm not dating or like actively seeking out dating, because I'm like focusing on my shit. But anyway, if I met someone that I wanted to date and I was still living at home with my parents, I would tell them up front. I would not be like, by the way, at the end of the date, I have to tell you something and you might never want to see me again. It's just a lot. Like, coming out of a serious relationship and having that be like the first experience, it couldn't just be like normal bad or like mediocre or like we didn't have a connection. It had to be crazy, like movie storyline crazy. So I guess this is for anyone who's feeling like, why do I always get the crazy dates? Like, why do I always have bizarre things happen? You're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone.
This video is to spread awareness to all girls to not trust anybody. This literally just happened like today, like right now. Okay, I got my car painted back in January with these guys. It's like a small business, and like my dad has gone to them multiple times. Like anytime we like get in a crash or like any of our cars mess up, my dad always goes to these people, including me. I went and I got my car painted with these guys. Recently, I got in a car crash, low-key. I didn't post about it. I didn't really talk about it because, like, this is a picture of my car. They seemed pretty interested in my TikTok, like, the first time I went to them. So my mom had told me, like, to ask if they would want to do it, like, for a couple $100 and then the promo. So I texted him and I asked if he would be interested in, like, fixing my car for promo. Right, that's what I texted him. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I low-key use Google Translate, so chill on the message. This is what he replied to my message. Okay, like, did y'all read that? Well, I didn't know, like, what he was getting at that. Like, at first I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, like, maybe he wanted me to, like, offer some type of money. Look, okay, I said right now I don't have money. And then I sent the pictures of my car, and I was gonna send this message. Basically, I just asked, like, what's the minimum that he would charge me? And guys, oh my gosh, this is what he replied. OMG, I'm disgusted. This is just insane. Like, this didn't feel real. And I was calling my mom because my mom went to pick up my sister. And first, he had just said this, and then my mom gets here, and then we tell my dad, and my dad gets, like, really mad. And my dad's like, bro, like, I literally trusted this man. Like, what? They went to his car shop, and they're there right now. And I don't know what happened there. Like, I don't know, but I'm gonna do a part 2 when my mom gets here. Like, I don't know what's happening right now. Like, me and my brother's girlfriend have been here waiting. It's been about an hour already. We don't know what's happening, but yeah. Oh, also, this is the man. Yeah, that's the man. And that's crazy because I really thought, like, he was nice, and I thought that he was just, like, a chill man for real, and I thought that, like, he would help me with my car. And now I have nobody to do my car because, like, he actually had some reasonable prices, and now I'm not gonna spend my money to go fix my car. So, like, now I'm gonna have a crashed car all summer. Just stay tuned for part 2 for my mother's point of view of what happened at this. But yeah, don't trust nobody, and don't ever agree to stuff like that. Nothing is ever worth being free if, like, that's the condition. Like, no, baby, that's disgusting. This man is grown. He has a wife. He has kids. He has daughters my age, and that's just crazy to me because, like, he knows who I am. Like, he knows my TikTok. He knows my age. Like, he has met me in person, and that's just insane because, like, my dad really thought that this man was, like, a good business partner, but no, don't trust nobody. Don't ever trust a man. I picked the bear.
Have you ever gotten an MRI with hair extensions? If you're unaware, you're not supposed to be wearing anything metal. The whole MRI is basically a giant magnet. Anything magnetic is just gonna rip out. I actually had a friend tell me about this man who decided to go into an MRI with a butt plug in, not knowing that the butt plug was metal. Oh yeah, that ripped right through. So ever since hearing then, I have been just so scared shitless. Anytime I've ever been in an MRI, I've been in there twice before because of my knee. I actually got in a car accident like right before our wedding. An Uber driver decided that he was gonna make a one-way or a U-turn on a one-way street, and he hit me head on. That is why I only ride Lyft Blacks, please. And since then, I've had really bad neck pain. It's just like this like constant like dull crampy ache. On occasion, I will get some like pretty bad muscle spasms, but it's gotten to the point where they're like, okay, like, we really need to get you an MRI because something ain't right here. So I went to the MRI place, and they're like, do you have any metal? I'm like, no, I have nothing on me. Don't you worry, I am metal free. They're like, okay, if you have anything metal, you'll feel a little tug. Forgot that my wireless bra actually did have the little like adjustable clasps. What I thought were plastic actually had contained some metal. So I knew exactly what she was talking about when there was like a pull, because it felt like my bra strap was like pulling me back as I'm laying in the thing. So I'm pressing the emergency button, and I'm like, oh my God, like, please let me out. Like, I know what you're talking about. As I'm getting pulled out, I was like, oh my God, fuck. I have metal hair extensions. No, the beads I think might be metal. And they hadn't turned on the MRI machine to like go, like, you'll hear the click, 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 click. Like, it's really, really loud. And I was fearful for my life that my entire extensions would just rip right out of my head. It was just gonna be like this traumatic thing. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like, I actually have also hair extensions, and I totally forgot. They had to call so many people. They're like, oh, I don't know. They're trying to like get like second opinions on if I can even go in this thing and they can turn it on. We weren't exactly sure how much metal was containing in them, but they weren't pulling when I was actually in the MRI. So they're like, honestly, it might just be that it would show up as an artifact. So I'll have these like little black dots everywhere on the actual MRI because of said extensions. But yeah, if you have hair extensions and you have to get an MRI, make sure you tell them you have them.
I'm a senior in high school now who would rather be in bed by 9 p.m. with my cat than go out to party. But when I was 13, I was a menace. I could have been considered a felon. Okay. So when I was 13, I lived in this pretty popular city, but most importantly, it was a college city, and that is very important. One hot summer night, me and my friend are like, let's go do something. Let's go walk out in the city. The city was very safe, very beautiful, lots of cafes. It was on the lake. We were fine. Am I proud of this? No. Is it the truth? Yes. But at the time, I had already started devil's lettuce. Yeah. So we walk right into the center of the city to this little sitting area that's on the lake. And little did we know at the time, it was a very popular college night for college students to go bar hopping. And we also didn't realize we were right next to a bar. Okay. So me and my friend are sitting down, smoking up, like, okay, Kid Cudi, Maui Wowie, who are you? Like, smoking up, you're 13! Soon enough, drunk college kids come running out of these bars doors. Everybody's everywhere, and this group of college kids walks past us. And then they do a double take, and they're like, hey, any smokers, a friend of mine? Like, you partake, hey, whatever. So we're chatting it up with this group of college kids. It was 2 girls and 2 guys, I believe. And the main girl's name, we'll call her Skylar. And Skylar says to us, hey, I have a really cool apartment with my roommates and we have a bar in our apartment. Or it was an apartment, it was a house. But like, you know, like she had roommates. And we have a bar in our house. Do you want to come? To any badass 13-year-old, that genuinely sounds like somebody just offered you to go on a cruise to paradise with them. And in my 13-year-old Billy badass mind, I'm like, unsupervised bar with no parents in a house with roommates, college kids, yes! Like, wow. So me and my friend look at each other and we did discuss like, oh, stranger danger, blah, 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 but we like, you know, risked it for the biscuit because apparently that's what we love to do. And before you try to blame these college kids, this is a picture of me when I was 13. I did not look 13, okay? So I should also add in that I was never a liar. I might have been a little bit of a bad kid, but I was never a liar. I actually didn't even have a first kiss. Like, I was pretty innocent besides partaking. And this was the first time that I ever lied to somebody, like, seriously, and I felt so bad. They asked us if we were high schoolers or if we were college students, and I told her I was in high school. It was my summer going into high school, but I didn't tell her I was a junior. Oh, wow. So we finally walked to the house. It's pretty close to mine. And when we get in, it looked like something out of my dreams. Just LED lights everywhere, disco lights, old alcohol bottles laying around, and a freaking bar. So we only stayed for about 30 minutes this night because we were trying to play it safe. We had a few drinks. I had literally never drank before. That was my first time. And I was like playing it off. I'm like, this vodka's great. And so before we leave, the owner, Skylar, looks at us and she goes, I'm having a really big party tomorrow. You guys are cool. You should come. Me? Little old me? I mean, okay. So we ran home that night with freaking butterflies in our stomach, and we were like, no matter what it takes, we are going to this party. We are making it in life. No one will ever believe us that we went to a college party as 8th graders. I am going to make a part 2 for the party time, but this is when it gets crazy, and not the good crazy like this story. So stay tuned for part 2.
Okay, so this is probably gonna be one of the most uninteresting stories I tell, but I'm still like kind of pissed off and in shock about this, so I'm gonna tell you guys. So for the whole day, basically, I was driving around with my friend, and obviously, gas will go down. So I was at 40 miles, and I was like, okay, we need to get gas. So we pull up to the gas station, and I'm gonna go put some gas in. I click regular. Keep that in mind. My car's a Bronco. Like, it doesn't take 93 gas. Like, it takes regular. So I'm like, okay, regular. I tap my card, and I go to the pump. I put my gas in. All of a sudden, I'm looking at the numbers. It's going up, 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 up really fast. I think, like, literally hit $15 in, like, 3 seconds, which in this economy, yeah, you know, hope it changes, but, you know, it won't. And I was like, okay, like, I'm just going to put $15 in, because I'm cheap. I'm really cheap. Like, every time I go to the gas station, I'm literally going to put, like, $10 in, call it a day. So I think I ended up putting, like, $15.75 in my tank or something. Keep that in mind. And then I'm like, okay, that's fine. Drive my friend back to her house. I drop her off, and then I'm looking at my phone. I get a notification, 175 at Sunoco. Like, 17.5 maybe? Like, they charged me $2 for tax? No. I look at the statement. It's $175. So I'm like, okay, like this doesn't seem right. Like maybe it's a glitch. Like maybe like I'm just looking at it wrong. I click on the app and I look at the statement. It says I spent $175 at Sunoco. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I spent $15. Why would I get charged $175 at Sunoco? So my friend's like trying to walk back into her house. I'm like, no, like look at this. Like I just got charged $200 at the gas station. We're going back and we're gonna figure this out. So I'm very pissed off and we're driving back to the gas station because I've never heard of gas costing $175. Like I feel like even like the most expensive car in the world in this economy using 95 gas will not be costing $175. I'm just like doubting myself, like maybe I put in like 95, but like even if I put 95 in, I think I'd get charged like $90. I don't think I'd get charged $175. So I'm calling my dad, obviously, because anytime anything bad happens in my life, I'm gonna call my dad, and I was secretly hoping he'd feel bad for me and give me $175, but that didn't happen. But we get to the gas station. I tell the lady, I'm like, hey, so like I think you guys like charged me $175. Like I only spent 15. Like I have the statement right here. Like I have my transaction because I did get charged 15 and I got charged 175. And she tells me like, what pump did you use? And I point to the pump. It was like pump 3. And she tells me, she's like, yeah, like it does that. Like you get charged a deposit of like some amount of money when you're using a debit card at a gas station, which I've never heard of that before because I've been to that gas station. Like it's near my house. I go there sometimes, and I've been at the same pump and used a debit card, never got charged $175. But she told me that I should be getting my money back in 24 hours and everything. So I guess we'll wait 24 hours to see if I get my money back. I don't know. I'm still kind of pissed off about this, but she gave me the receipt to keep a peace of mind, and if I don't get $175 by tomorrow, I'm going to go back there and cuss them out because $175, I guess.
Story time on the time that I got pulled out of the pacer test to get searched. Okay, this is gonna be another real hoot, holler, true banger, whatever you fucking will. So we get into it. This was in my 8th grade year. In 8th grade, I got searched countless fucking times. And I had this one best friend. Let me figure out what the fuck we're gonna call her. We're gonna call her Maddie, okay? This was my girl. We got into some shit, okay? I'm gonna probably have many more stories, including this Maddie girl, okay? I gotta turn my fucking music up because, like, ooh, I'm like, I love this song right now. But anyway, yeah, so basically, I don't know what time frame this was around, but I know this is just in my 8th grade year. This was probably, like, maybe January, February, or, like, in the fall, whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. Okay, we were taking the pacer test that morning. But, so in the morning, my school was broke as fuck, well, the district, so I got my buses taken away, so I'd have my neighbor drive me, and we'd go way earlier than we expected. We would have to sit in the cafeteria until, like, it got released at, like, 7:25. And, yeah, and my friend Maddie, she would always be there in the morning also. So that's how we got closer, right? You know, she would always have her little nick on her, right? So then we would always go to the bathroom, you know, us two, in the morning before school was even dismissed, right? So we just go to the bathroom. And so this specific morning, you know, we were chilling, and we had this one other friend that we would also come with us sometimes. And so, you know, we were chilling, we were all in separate stalls, but we were standing on the toilet. Okay, we were standing on the toilets, right? And so, yeah. And we're just chilling, you know, and then there's this one girl that comes in. We're gonna call her Alyssa, okay? So this girl, Alyssa, you know, we thought she was chill. We thought she was chilling, you know, type shit. I guess the fuck not. She comes in and she's like talking to us. I mean, like, we didn't get off the toilets, obviously. Yeah. You know, we thought we were chilling. My first period was athletics. So then after the bell rang, you know, I made my fucking way to athletics. And my friend Maddie, she went to her class, right? You know, and I guess that day was the pacer test. So, you know, we all go to the gym after we get changed. We start doing the pacer test. I was like mid sit-up when one of my coaches comes through the door and she was like, Laurel, and like she was yelling my name. So then, you know, I get up and I start leaving. I look down the hallway, just me and my coach walking. Just me and my coach walking, and then I see 2 APs. Yeah, I saw 2 APs. Oh wait, no. It was 2 APs, and I think the police officer was there also, one of the police officers. And it was a girl police officer. So then they just started saying like, oh, like we're searching you right now. And I was like, okay. And I was chilling because I didn't have shit on me, okay? And so, yeah, we get to the locker room, they make me open my locker, they start going through my shit, and then, okay, when I get scared as fuck, okay? So I was low-key shaking in my boots. Can't even lie. Because I was like, if Maddie gets caught with something, then bitch, we're both done. Because she told me that, she didn't say who, but we knew who the fuck it was. She was like, oh yeah, it was reported this morning that you and Maddie were standing on the toilets, smoking. And I was like, oh, okay. That wasn't me, I didn't do shit. And I just denied it. Actually, I said that like we were standing on, no, I didn't, I denied it all, actually, matter of fact. So yeah, I guess there's, obviously they don't find shit. And then, you know, she metal detects me and everything. And, I mean, obviously I was shaking, because, yeah. So yeah. And then, you know, I was chilling. And then I'm pretty sure I got taken to the office. Yeah, I don't even know. But yeah, then I got taken to the office for the rest of the period, I'm pretty sure. And then I got released to go to my second period. And then me and Maddie, we started talking it up because we have second period together, okay? And I was like, what the fuck? And so we basically like talked about and we figured out who it was. It was Alyssa, right? That bitch. You know, she acted nice to us for the rest of the year, but like, who the fuck else could have it been? You know what I mean? Yeah, we didn't cut with shit. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny because I didn't even get to do shit on that pacer test. And last time I did the pacer test, before that, I haven't done the pacer test recently, but before that, I did the maximum sit-ups, not push-ups though. But yeah, you know, we were really chilling, big thing for real. And okay, some advice for you: don't let people see whatever shit you're doing in it, even if you think they're cool, unless they're sharing with you. But yeah, this is all legend. This is all legend.
Oh yeah, and I forgot to add that me and Maddie used to have our little method, right? So when they searched her, they didn't find shit.
If you're someone that deals with people being really mean to you for no reason and like it gets to you really easily, listen to this story. Okay, listen to the story because I feel you. One time I was at the beach this last summer and I was tanning. I was with two of my other friends. I was tanning. First, there's this girl above the towel. She's like a little, like a couple feet away. And when I got up, she started talking to the boys around her. She's the only girl. She started talking, makes sense. Anyways, she starts talking to the guys around her and she is just absolutely shitting on my name. Like, I don't know this girl whatsoever, by the way. And she is just saying, like, the rudest things ever. I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want to, like... Because those things aren't fucking true, girl. Let's be real. Let's be fucking real. Like, I know who I am, and I know the things you were saying aren't true. And the only reason I know she was saying this stuff is because my friends were listening. But I'll tell you the gist of it. She was basically just saying that I'm not all that, and she can't believe all these people like me, and da-da-da, all this stuff. Maybe because I'm a nice fucking girl. How about that? Maybe if you weren't such a fucking cunt hoe, people would like you. But it's fine, because this girl is, like, the biggest pick-me I've ever met in my whole life. And nobody likes her. So, you know, put two and two together. Obviously, she's talking shit. Obviously. Always. Girls like that are always talking shit. Then, my ex-boyfriend, who's a terrible fucking person, his friend that I'd never met before, comes over. We had been broken up for months at this point. He comes over, looks over me. My ex-boyfriend is right next to him. Looks over me. Spits next to my head. Yep. While I'm just laying there tanning. I get up, like, I sit up, I turn around, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I couldn't even fathom what just happened. And he just starts going ham. You're a bitch, da da da, like, saying all this stuff about me, saying the meanest things ever. Like, you know when someone says something so mean, you have to block it out, like, act like you didn't hear it? And all the girls, there's so many girls, all the girls around are listening too. And I could tell that my ex-boyfriend told him to do that. That's why he was doing it. And boys are so easily influenced. They don't give a fuck. They're all insecure as fuck. And my ex-boyfriend's like, yeah, tell her. It was the cringiest thing I've ever seen. And so I stood up and I said, get the fuck out of my face. Get the fuck out of my face. I don't know who you think you are talking to a woman like that. You're fucking disgusting. I'm not gonna get on your level. Get the fuck out of my face. And then he wouldn't stop talking shit. So I slapped the living fuck out of him. And then he wouldn't stop, and I was like, girl, like, you're embarrassing yourself. I don't believe a single word you're saying, and neither does anybody else, because the things he was saying were outlandish, and very much obviously not true. So, he wouldn't stop, so I got possessed, and I slapped the shit out of him. Like, red welts. Sometimes that's really all you can do. I never done that before. Like, I literally got possessed. And he deserved it, because no way in hell, I'm glad he did it to me, because there's no way a man should walk around thinking he can talk to a woman like that. No, I'm glad it was me. Good. So, if you deal with people like bullying you or being mean to you, just know you're probably a beautiful girl. And you're probably really nice. And that's why they're doing that. They're fucking jealous. And show them that you're not gonna tolerate that shit. Hell no.
So a few years ago, my parents took our whole family on a big family vacation to Greece, and a few months before, they texted and they're like, by the way, we're gonna be going to Florence for a few days before the trip. If anyone wants to join, you're more than welcome. My husband and I are like, obviously we are going to join. So we went and we met them early in Florence, and it was just my parents, my husband, and I. We saw lots of Florence, did lots of the historical things, but one of the things we got ourselves into was the designer stores. So my mom ends up stumbling upon the cutest Dior slingback heels, and she tries them on. My dad is like, you have to get those.
when your husband says you have to get something, you get them because obviously. And so she's very excited about them. I don't know, who isn't excited about Dior heels? But we were going from Florence to Corfu, Greece, and we were meeting our whole family there. And in Corfu, really the goal was to just relax and beat jet lag for my siblings and my grandparents because they were all meeting us there. So we weren't really doing anything worth bringing the heels out for. So my mom was like, we're just gonna keep them in the bag until our next destination, and then I'll pull them out and wear them for the first time. So we pack the heels in the carry-on and we bring them to Corfu. We open the carry-on once we get there. Everything looks good. We zip it back up and we put it in the corner of the room until we leave to go to the next destination. Now, my dad has a fatal flaw. He tends to lose his sunglasses everywhere we go. Every trip, he either sets them down somewhere or somehow somebody sits on them. Something happens to his sunglasses on every single trip. So this time he's like, I am going to be prepared. I am bringing an extra pair of sunglasses, brand new. He bought like a new pair, left them in the box and put them in his suitcase. He's like, I'm gonna be prepared so that I don't run into the situation where I lose my sunglasses or break them and then I'm sunglassesless for the rest of the trip. So we're all proud of him for being very prepared. And anyways, in Corfu, I can't remember what happens, but I'm pretty sure he loses the sunglasses like first day. So the second day, he is looking through his suitcase trying to find his new pair and he can't find the sunglasses anywhere. And we're like, oh my gosh, Dad, are you serious? You lost your backup pair of sunglasses 2 days in? He's like, guys, no, I swear, like I didn't take them out. And we're all like gaslighting him, like you definitely lost them, I'm sorry. And yes, we all feel bad about that. So he goes to the people at the hotel and he says, hey, if anyone happens to stumble upon this specific pair of Ray-Bans, like please let me know, I've lost them, blah, blah, blah. Well, he never hears from the hotel that they found them. So we leave Corfu and we go to the next destination. And my mom is all excited because now we're somewhere that is worth kind of getting dressed up. We're gonna go do something fun. And so she's like, I'm gonna take out my heels. She calls my sister in to show her her new purchase. We open the carry-on, we take out the shoebox, we open the shoebox, and it's empty. It is empty. The zipped carry-on in the corner of my hotel room had been unzipped by someone and they had taken the heels out, re-zipped it, put the box together so it looked like they were still in there and left it in the corner. Which means my dad didn't lose his sunglasses. We just got robbed. Both of our hotel rooms got robbed. Obviously, you can't really access a hotel room unless you're somehow working at the hotel. But this is your friendly reminder to always put your stuff in the safe. I am now a stickler. Everything goes in the safe, jewelry, everything, and things that don't fit. I take inventory every time I leave the room. In fact, a lot of the time I take pictures of stuff where it is when I leave the room because I'm just now scarred from this experience. And that's the story on how my mom's Dior heels got stolen.
Someone was across the hall from me. I literally woke up this morning and I woke up at like 6 a.m. 6:30. I'm like, oh, I should go and get my trash can so that way I can go around my house, start cleaning things. So I grab my trash can. I go to grab my trash can outside my door. And as soon as I grab it, first off, I have no pants on. I have a big oversized t-shirt and underwear. And I grab it and then there's a cop literally right there. I went, oh, hi, and grab my trash can and go back inside real fast. And then I was a little nosy, so I decided to look through the people and I was like, oh my God, I was like, why are there cops outside? And why is there so much stuff like out on the floor, like at the apartment across the way from me? Like I can see this apartment door through my peephole. So confused, but I went about my day. I made my coffee, made my breakfast, ate everything, got ready for work, and then I was leaving for work and I went to go like walk down the stairs and there was caution tape, like the police do not cross caution tape. And then as I'm about to go down the stairs, I literally like see this guy that's standing kind of right next to my apartment and he's like, oh, you can just like go under it. And I was like, okay. And I was like, what the fuck? What is happening right now? But I started driving to work and totally forgot about it until I get to work and someone's like, what apartments do you live at? And I was like, in like North Phoenix. And then she goes, was there a shooting at your apartment? And I was like, what? So then I started Googling. That's what was happening. I went to bed at like 11:15. That's the last time I remember seeing the time as I was scrolling on TikTok, watching horror like stories. And then I woke up at like 3 a.m. to go pee. And then I went back to sleep and woke up at like 6 a.m. This shooting happened at fucking like 12:15, like an hour after I went to bed. I didn't hear nothing. And it said in the like news thing that neighbors were hearing like a lot of like yelling and stuff like that beforehand. And I was like, I must have been so dead asleep. I didn't hear the gunshots. I didn't hear the yelling. I didn't hear the fire truck that came because, or like whatever it's called, an ambulance. I didn't hear any of the police sirens. I didn't hear fucking jack shit. My coworker was like, and you didn't ask any questions when like there was a police officer right outside your door, or like when there was someone in crime tape? I was like, no. Why would I? It ain't my business. I don't need to know. I honestly had no thoughts. Like, any kind of murder was not in my thoughts at all. Then I go and start looking at like the videos and like the news things and stuff like that. And I see a guy getting put into the back of a police car, the guy that like surrendered or whatever, the guy who shot the guy. I go, oh, I know that guy. I know that man. I see that guy multiple times a week. Obviously, we live in the same fucking building right across the hall. And he says what's up to me every fucking time. Like, hey, how's it going? What's up? How's the night going? Blah, blah. I was actually in full shock. As soon as I saw that, I went, to me, that's crazy. R.I.P. homeboy that got shot. He did not make it. I do want to know the lore because I'm pretty sure that guy's straight and it was a 1-bedroom apartment. So I do kind of want to know. Like, were they friends? Were they beefing? I don't know.
Let's go on a date. My therapist told me I need to start dating, and she gave me specific rules when it comes to dating. And I'm just gonna be really honest, like when I tell you guys these rules, because this is just what I've been struggling with within dating. Number one, she told me I need to be less judgmental. Without even realizing it, like I do get judgmental just cause like, oh no, to be honest, I get annoyed easily. And I'm such an all or nothing person. Like I told her, I was like, if he doesn't give me the energy that like this man might be like my future husband, I'll cancel the date. I'll cancel the date immediately. And she was like, Olivia? Called me by my government name. Called me by my government name. She's like, you cannot be doing that. Like you just need to go and you need to have fun. Lest you didn't see the fact that I actually crashed out over the fact that I thought I had to get back together with my ex-boyfriend on my podcast. Like I actually lost my mind about that. I just certain moments like that where I look back and I'm gonna go, yeah, you know what? Wish I didn't put that one on the digital footprint. Have my ice spearmint tea with honey. If you haven't tried that, it's so good. I think this will be my first date since January, unless I went out with someone and I genuinely just cannot remember it, which honestly seems likely to me. I'm also in my luteal phase right now and I could genuinely punch someone in the face right now. They've been doing construction on my building so long. I've been waking up at 8 in the morning, them banging on the walls. Wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I genuinely would not. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I've been overdosing on creatine the past month. Basically, you're supposed to take 3 to 5 grams a day. I've been taking 15. I've been taking 15 grams of creatine a day. And I was wondering why I was like so incredibly nauseous. I'm like, oh my God, I have just been feeling so nauseous. And I was like, every time I take this damn creatine. And I switched from the Lemmy creatine and I loved him so much. I was like, you know what, let me just get like the powder instead. Cause it's just on Amazon. Let me just like get it really quickly. What the hell? I was taking 15 grams of creatine. That is an insane amount. And me wondering like, oh my God, I feel so nauseous after. I feel so nauseous. You're taking 15 grams of creatine. What are you doing? So I stopped my creatine journey. I'm back on my LA Girl Lip Plumper. The OG girls remember this. Forgot how much it really makes my lips look so much bigger. So when I take this off at the end of my makeup, my lips look so juicy. They look so juicy and big. I've linked it in my bio because you guys asked me about it 24/7. So I was like, it's in the bio. It's in the bio. It is so humbling talking to a new therapist. Like my therapist is new. We started with each other in January. I had a different therapist before that. And then her just being like, girl, like you have the most insane mindset when it comes to dating. Like, bitch, I knew that. Like I already knew that. But then hearing your therapist say it, it's a whole other level of just like, truth hurts. I'm also really feeling the urge to switch up appearance wise, but like just little things. Like I want to switch up my daily jewelry stack. These nails, they need to go. These nails, they need to go. Like that where I'm like, oh, I really want to change my appearance in that sense of just like new jewelry. This fat ass Aura ring. I wish I had like an Aura ring cover or something, but like aren't they like $400? Why would I pay $400 for an Aura ring cover? Lashes today though, I'm gonna do something different. I tried these Impress lashes yesterday, so I wanna do these. Okay, do we like the lashes? Be honest. Why do I look ghostly pale? Okay, I need to bronze. Why do I look insanely pale? Am I crazy? Is the finished glam besides the lips?
How is everyone so up and motivated for school? Like, I can't even wake up and get ready. If there was a negative motivation status, I would be at it. It's actually ridiculous. I think I might go online next year for my senior year. This is gonna sound so bad, like actually terrible, but the only way I've gotten myself to like get up, go to school, stay at school, because I like to skip class, and like study for tests is to set up like shopping trips on the weekend, like maybe every 2 weeks, or like plan something like quite exciting for myself on the weekend. It's like holding the damn carrot in front of the donkey to keep it moving forward. Like I'm dead ass stringing myself along every day just to get out of bed. To be honest, I don't even want to do my makeup right now. I just haven't done my makeup all week and I haven't gotten ready all week. It's really bad. I'm in the last 4 weeks of school, and those 4 weeks are probably the worst 4 weeks of any school year. Like, it's just like waiting to get out and the waiting to be done is actually treacherous. My parents have started like ignoring the absence notifications my school sends. They'll be like, oh, your student Natalia was absent, and they'll just send a screenshot of it to me and send like a skull emoji and be like, whoops. Lots of cooking going on too. Lots of brownies, lots of cookies, lots of banana bread. That's Guilt Trip Your Teachers 101 for those of you who need it. Yesterday I brought brownies to my math teacher because that's my worst subject, and I was like, do you need any help organizing your room? Do you need any help grading tests? And I sat there for like 45 minutes and like almost through my lunch just like organizing shit for her. It was mildly shocking that she was so nice to me, given that that woman has barely seen me in the past 3 months. I am never in that class. When the skipping pandemic began, she was the first to go. Oh my god, first body down. No, I didn't see her once. My brother's actually throwing a major fit in the kitchen right now. Don't know if you can hear him, but it's because he doesn't want to go to school because he has standardized testing. And he goes to a private school, so that's how I'm feeling. Anyways, bye.
So I'm currently grounded for a week, so if you don't hear from me, that's why. Also, my phone's at 1%, and this is really stressing me out, but it's fine. I'm not really getting ready today because, I don't have much to get ready for. Okay, guys, don't even fret. I actually just remembered that I have to pick up my siblings from the bus stop in, like, 2 hours, so I guess I do have something to get ready for. As you guys can tell, for the next week, I'm basically not going to have a social life because of how busy my schedule is going to be, and yeah. Oh, another thing is, also, if y'all were wondering why I got grounded, I'll give y'all a little story time. Okay, so basically, it was a whole situation, but then they called me to tell me about it, and then they were getting upset, and I was upset, and so I hung up, and then whenever I hung up, I was like, oh, frick, I should not have done that, oops. And, like, they get very mad whenever you, like, hang up, but, like, honestly, it wasn't, like, while they were talking, it was, like, the conversation was kind of done, and I, like, hung up, you know, but I didn't say, like, bye, I just kind of, like, hung up. And then my stepdad called me again, and he was like, never hang up on me again. And then I hung up on him again. I genuinely didn't mean to, guys. It's actually a habit. I just hang up. Like, I don't know, man. And then he calls me and he's like, you're grounded for a week and you're not allowed to see Nico or go anywhere or car or phone. So, yeah. So, that's why I'm grounded for a week. So, if you don't hear from me, that's why. Also, guys, I took my SAT this Saturday, and I'm stressed. Like, what was that? That was, wow, I'm not getting into college. But, yeah, I just wanted to update y'all in case y'all, like, think I'm gone. Yeah, if I don't talk to y'all, it's because I'm grounded, but just trust, okay? I'm gonna figure it out. Also, the reason I have my phone right now is because my parents are out of town, but they're getting back today, so whenever they get back, they're definitely taking my phone. So, if y'all don't hear from me, that would indeed be why. But, yeah. I love you all so much, and don't forget, Jesus loves you. Bye, y'all.
I'm not gonna jump the gun and say that I met my husband, but I think God wants me to know this person. Long story short, I'm in Cartagena, Colombia. In the middle of the street, me and my homegirls were trying to find us something to eat. Like, we are completely lost on maps, whatever. A group of guys come up and they're like trying to talk to us, but we're like not interested. That night, we go to the club. I'm by the bathroom, and this guy goes, I saw you earlier and you were being mean. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He's like, okay, well, we have a table if you guys want to come over and like have a drink with us. And I was just kind of like, no, I'm okay. Like, We were already with people, and I feel like it's kind of tacky to just be like bouncing around in the club. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm okay. So we end up having tables directly across from each other. And he's steadily telling me to come over to the table, but I'm just like, no, bro. The next night, me and my friends go to the club. I'm walking out of the bathroom. He is walking in the bathroom. And he goes, look who it is. And I'm like, this is so crazy. Why do I keep running into you? And he's like, wait right here. Me and my friends have a table. We'll take a shot. I'm like, yeah, okay. Did not wait. I'm not waiting on you to use the bathroom. So that's crazy to me. So me and my homegirl, we leave and we go back to where we were at. Vacation goes on. I'm there probably like 3 more days. I'm on the airplane, sitting in my aisle seat because I love the aisle seat, looking down at my phone, texting on my phone. I get a tap on my shoulder. Excuse me, ma'am, I have the window. Oh, why is it him? What are the odds? Mind you, I live in Las Vegas. He lives in Connecticut. We are on an airplane going to Miami. What are the odds? Okay, like I could see if I ran into him at the airport. I could even see if I ran into him on the plane. The same row? I was like, so now it's me in the aisle, lady in the middle, he is in the window seat. And like we're laughing and we're talking about everything and the lady's like, you guys look so good together. We get to Miami and he's like, well, what are you about to do? And I was like, well, I have a layover for 3 hours. He's like, I don't leave until 8:30. He had a layover for 3.5 hours. He's like, what are you about to do? I was like, well, I'll probably just get something to eat. He's like, you wanna come to the Amex Lounge? Go to the Amex Lounge, drink, eat, kiki. Everybody I tell the story to, they're like, this is absolutely insane. Like even he was like, this is crazy. He said after the second night, like when I came out the bathroom and you weren't there, I thought I was never gonna see you again. And we ended up on the same flight in the same room.
Okay, I'm gonna do my hair off camera and then I'm gonna come back and get ready. That literally took me like no time. Look at it. Anyways, who was gonna tell me that working in the food industry is crazy? So basically, I started this job like a month-ish ago and I was off for 2 weeks due to like worlds and everything. For context of the story, I'm just gonna call her Amelia, but one of my coworkers' name is Amelia, and when I left, she was single, had no boyfriend, no talking stage, no nothing, so keep that in mind. Amelia was my age, and from the first shift, I could tell that there was something like a little bit off. She's 18 years old on Tinder, and like, would just say some really weird comments like my first shift ever working with her. For example, she was planning to go on a date with a 23-year-old after work. What was the date, you may ask? Oh, just smoking a cigarette in the car. So after my break of being gone is over, my cousin, who also works there, calls me and he's like, I have so much lore to tell you, like it's about Amelia. And I'm like, oh my God, what the heck now? Because before I left, a lot of coworkers would like talk bad about her, saying her behavior is a little weird and stuff. And I asked my cousin why she got fired. He was like, oh, she was caught hooking up in the bathroom with her boyfriend, who's 23 years old, we're 18, on shift, like on the clock. In and out the bathroom. I'm like, what? And I swear to God, this is straight out of a movie because I'm like, boyfriend. In the time that I was gone, which was not even 2 weeks actually, bro got a whole man from talking stage to dating. I'm like, I think it's better. We hire another hostess, and I never got the chance to meet him, so he literally got hired and fired all in the time that I was gone. He just got fired for like making weird comments to customers and stuff, but the best part about all of it is that when he got fired, he DM'd my manager on Grindr. Y'all. The manager that fired him, mind you. Also, just another really disgusting key detail about this whole like relationship thing at work is like one of our other coworkers who was a server saw the boyfriend walk out of the bathroom and zip his pants up. Babe, I can't even. I definitely feel like working in the restaurant industry is like so funny. Like there's never a shift where I'm not entertained. And also, drama spreads like a wildfire in restaurants, and I am so thankful I'm not in the center of it. Oh my God, literally how did I leave this out, y'all? And then apparently the day after the guy hostess got fired, he came into work the next day to eat and then didn't pay for his meal after asking for an employee discount. Babes, you're fired. Happy grad season.
If you were a teenager in Cincinnati in like 2009, 2010, do you remember Scentsy Gossip Girl? I just sent a text message to a bunch of my friends to like share some news with them in a very Gossip Girl-esque jargon, and was immediately hit with war flashbacks about Scentsy Gossip Girl. That was insane. Like, that was ruining people's lives. Girls transferred schools over that.
I'm pretty sure they ended up finding out who was behind the account or like sending out the text blasts. And I think they got in trouble. I don't remember the like final whatever of it, because I think a lot of the schools tried to probably keep it pretty hush hush. But like, honestly, that was like kind of icon behavior. Like, they shouldn't have done that. That was awful. But that was like peak being a teenager. Like sitting around at a sleepover, like being 14 with a bunch of your friends, and every single person's phone is just like, because like you're getting an MMS text blast about some juicy drama gossip about somebody in Cincinnati. Oh my God. Honestly, there are truly some text blasts. Like, I remember where I was when I got them. This is like a where were you during 9/11 for me. Except this is like, where were you during this specific Cincy Gossip Girl text blast? Oh my gosh. The thrill of that?
Just slap the bitch. It's not like she can see who did it.
Hannah, oh my.
What?
She might hear us.
Just see what we're all thinking.
Got a secret, can you keep...
Update on the guy who brought me flowers for Mother's Day. So I really enjoyed talking to him, really enjoyed getting to know him. I thought he was super cute. We genuinely had a really good time. He knew I was having a hard day on Mother's Day, so he was like, can I please come give you a hug and bring you some flowers? And I literally sent him a picture of my face because it was just covered in mascara because I'd been crying. And he was like, I literally don't care. Like, just let me bring you some flowers and help you feel better. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Why not? So he comes over, he brings me flowers. We had a very sweet time. It did really cheer me up. And then he had over an hour drive back to where he's from. So he left, and after a few hours, I texted him just making sure he got home okay. He told me he got home okay. We texted a little bit more. And then when Monday came around, we texted a little bit on Monday. This was yesterday. Just minimally throughout the day. How'd you sleep? How was your drive home? Things like that. And then Monday night, things started getting a little spicy, which I don't mind some spice here and there, but it is not all that I'm looking for. And I'm pretty clear about that. I texted him and I said, I don't want to just sext. And I haven't heard from him since. I wish that I was surprised, shocked. I don't even really feel upset about it because it's just expected at this point. And unfortunately, in my video telling y'all that he was bringing me flowers, I even said, like, my trust issues make me feel like he's love bombing, like these flowers aren't genuine. And everyone in the comments is like, just let him be nice to you. It's okay. Just trust that he's being kind. See what happens when we trust a man? It is what it is.
Girl, update. So yesterday I went on a date with my wedding date, but it was our last date. So going into this date, I kind of knew I needed to decide, do I feel him out more as like a friend versus a lover? And I was already leaning towards like a friend because I had just seen some things where I knew like, oh, not my man. Doesn't make him a bad person at all. He's a great guy. I just knew like, not my person. So we go on our date and I enjoy talking to him. I enjoy hanging out with him, but I just still, there's just qualities where I was just like, not my man. So at the end of the day, I let him know, I'm like, hey, like, don't want to lead you on. I really enjoy our time together, but I just don't see us moving forward romantically anymore. I would still love to stay friends if you're up to it. And he was so understanding. He sent like this really long text message just being so understanding and so kind, and he accepted to still stay friends with each other. So I'm really grateful for that I'm still going to be connected to him and have him in my life because we do get along so well. I just don't see it as a romantic connection long-term wise. But yeah, one day you wake up with 7 hoes and then one day you have no hoes no more.
Here's basically what my routine was when I wanted to sneak out of my parents' house. And I had this method down to like a T because my parents never let me go do anything. So when I wanted to go hang out with my friends, I was always having to sneak out. So on the days that I wanted to sneak out, I usually would try and make sure that it was on like a weekday. Because on a lot of weekends, I noticed that they would like come in my room at night and like make sure that I was still in bed. And on top of that, my parents would go to bed like also a lot earlier during the week because they had work. I would also do like the classic like fake body thing. You put like a bunch of pillows and stuff under the blankets. That way it looks like you're sleeping still. But along with that, I would also put a wig at the top of the pillows was like where my head would be, you know? I had like this brown wig from when I was in a musical, and I also had like dark brown hair at the time. Literally worked perfectly because I always slept like facing the wall. So I'd have like the wig propped up to where it looked like the back of my head, and like I was just like sleeping. Luckily, my parents didn't have like cameras in the house. Like they did, but they weren't cameras that like monitored like 24/7. Like you couldn't go back and watch the footage. But like if you went on the app and you like open the camera, you could like live watch it basically. I never really had to worry about like dodging cameras or anything. So literally as soon as I heard my dad or my mom start snoring, I would leave the house because I knew that that was like my best bet of getting out of the house without waking them up, is like as soon as they fell asleep. I don't know, I feel like it's really hard to wake me up when I first fall asleep, so I figured the same thing for my parents and it worked every single time. Once I heard them snoring, I would literally walk out the front door. Thankfully, like I never really had to like get creative with how to leave the house, so I literally just would leave. I would also try and make sure that I was always wearing pajamas when I left the house, because that way if I ever got caught coming back inside, I could at least try and lie my way out of it. I could say something like I heard something outside my window and I wanted to go check on it, and I would just make sure to be back by like 3 or 4 a.m. My dad got up around 5 for work, and that's basically all I would do to sneak out. Let me know if you guys like this video. That's everything. Bye!